Hey everyone, quick and fun update today on a treasure that I found a few months ago at an estate sale. And I wanted to do this video for you not only to show you the sale, but really more to show you a tip on how you could find valuable items that literally everybody else is missing and walking by. So this item has to do with if you may remember this, I actually joked I called the place Freddy's Dungeon because it really did remind me of Freddy's Boiler Room. I'm going to expand it out here a bit so you could see it better. And, you know, when you're in Freddy's Boiler Room, you really need to use your treasure hunting skills to find some stuff that you might be able to flip, because a lot of the stuff down there was just pretty decrepit, and it had been really ravaged through for several days during the week. The person who was in charge of this estate sale was one guy. He was helping out the family, and he had opened up the basement during the weekend. I wasn't able to get there because of my regular full-time job. So the only day I was able to get to this was on a weekend. It was the last day, so everyone had gone through it already. And you know, whatever had been obviously valuable had already been plucked out. And so you're going to find yourself in these situations sometimes. So I'm standing there and I look over, I'm going to play this to my left and just kind of narrate it a bit. If you want to go back and see the original video, I'll link to it at the end. But I see that white box right there. Okay, now, you know, everyone had walked by that. And there's a reason why everyone had walked by it. It just looks pretty, you know, nondescript. You know, it's just a white box. It's dirty. It has some kind of radio on the front, and as you can see there, as I zoom into it, that's actually one of the things that appealed to me about it, is that it looks like there's an old radio piece in it. Now, somebody else might have picked it up and looked at it, but if you would do that, the thing is, the way it was inset into that custom box, there was no way to figure out exactly for sure what brand it was. You'd have to unscrew everything on the front and pull everything out. And the way they put it in there, that would have been hard to do right then and there. Now, my first clue right there that there was something potentially valuable here was that you do see Motorola right there. See, it says Motorola Golden Voice, and that's from one of the older speakers. Now, when I took that out, it wound up being pretty damaged. I haven't sold that yet. I haven't listed it yet, but that's going to be next on the agenda. The actual box itself, the white box, I wound up selling it at a garage sale for $3. Actually, Mrs. Primetime's the one who sold it, but we just put it out there because we didn't need the box anymore, but we figured why throw it out. And that $3 is actually how much I paid for everything there. That's me recouping my investment into this entire thing. Everything there cost $3, the whole box. And you could see here the problem with trying to figure out what is this bottom piece exactly. I mean, you know, it's a radio, but what kind, what type? Could you check comps or anything like that? You can't, because there's no markings right there on the back and there's no markings on the top. You're going to have to pull that entire thing out of there. So wound up purchasing it. You could see there it was my only purchase from the day, and there it is, loaded in the Primetime Treasure Mobile, and I couldn't wait to get back home, get back to Primetime Treasure headquarters, take it out of there, and figure out exactly what I had. So, and there you go. That's actually, there's Primetime Treasure headquarters before I really had anything in there. I mean, that's, you know, very close to when I first got it. So you could see the piece there, and later on during the day I wound up taking it out of there. So I'll just bring you to that part and just show you what it looked like when I extracted it, which is right over here. And you'll see that now, once I have it out of there and I tilt it over to the side, you'll see that I will give you a close-up of exactly what it is. That's what I was looking at when I was at the sale. And from the side, I'm just waiting for it. I know it's going to come up here in just a second. There we go, bringing it right up to you. I'm going to stop it so it doesn't go exactly through the screen for you, because you know we have that special ability here on this channel for items to go through the screen. So that's a metal object. We don't want to hurt you with it. But it's a Motorola 7M, and you can see there. Now it is a 12 volt. It's actually marked that on one of the other sides in marker. And it actually has a number there that you could type in too. It looks like a a serial number. So pretty neat. That's the kind of stuff that you could use for research to figure out what the item is. And I knew taking a risk on it really wouldn't be, a big deal financially. Again, the guy was just blowing stuff out. He didn't even know what was in that box either. So he was just like, yeah, sure. You want to take a chance on it for $3? Here you go. But I knew that if I could get that out of there, that even if it didn't work, and I really didn't have a way to test that thing anyway, but chances are it probably didn't work, that I could just sell the thing for parts. And that's exactly what I did. And I'm going to show you the listing of the item and the completed sale today, which sold for $100. There you go, $100. It turns out it is not only Motorola, it's a vintage Motorola Volkswagen Beetle car radio. And you can see here, I listed it as is for parts. Now, I had it up for a while because you're really looking for, and I'll show you some other pictures I put up of this to display. By the way, you can see here that I also have this elevated on that display case I've talked about in prior videos, where I put salt and pepper shakers on and action figures and things like that. So I'll also use it for an item like this, just to get some nice elevation. I had it for a while because you're really looking for a specific person who wants a type of item like this for the parts for a restoration project. And I knew it was just gonna take a little time to just get that right person to come along. Make sure you zoom in on any parts like this. Now, I had it up for a heftier price earlier. I had it for, initially, I believe I had it as high as $200, and I lowered it by $10 each week. Now, when I had it at about $150, there was somebody who offered me $100 for the item. And you might say, well, why not just take the $100? You only got it for $3. Because I've been in a million situations like that, where if I just wait, someone eventually comes along and buys it for the price that I had at that point. And I had a bunch of watchers on it, so I decided to just hold out a little bit. And eventually, when I got to the $100 range, I just decided to cut it off. And when I say cut it off, I mean I cut off any best offers. So I just had it up as buy it now, no best offer. And I had multiple people, despite that I had best offer turn off, contact me and say, I'm offering you $40 for it. I'm offering you $60 for it. And I just kept telling them, I'm not selling it I'm not taking any offers. I said it's as is in terms of price and condition. And, it's a non-negotiable price, because I already had someone else offer me $100 for it. So I know, and it's such a rare piece, that someone is eventually going to fork over the $100. So that's just some random part that came with it. But someone came along today, asked me what the lowest is that I was able to take for it, knowing I had it listed for $100. I said, the lowest is the price that you see, $100, non-negotiable. And the person immediately paid for the item, $100. So most of the time, everybody, I do deals with people. I mean, I'm not averse to doing deals. However, when I have a piece that I know has a certain set value and I just need to be patient, patience really is a virtue in reselling. And so, really will help you make a lot more money in the long run. So patience is part of one of the tips I want to get across in this video. But the other thing I really want to get across more than anything is that when you are at a sourcing location and it just doesn't look like there's too much stuff around, use little clues like this, like, it looks like it's a radio. It looks like it's an old electronics part. And yeah, even though I don't know exactly the model of that radio or even the company that makes it, there's a clue inside from the speaker up top that, maybe it is Motorola, because, hey, the speaker's Motorola, then maybe the radio is. All those types of things go into it. So definitely make sure you're thinking outside of the box and also looking inside of the box. Those are all things that can help you find lots of cool treasures, $100 or more, when you're out at estate sales. So I hope you found this video helpful. If so, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. We're still racing to that 10,000 subscriber mark by the end of the month. We may just get it. We may just fall short. I'll get there with your support, though. So thank you very much. And I will also see you tonight. I'm going to have a live show, and we're going to focus on sports collectible cards with Cardboard Chronicles. Great channel. Wait till you see how much money is in some cards. If you think that all cards from the 1990s are worthless, yeah, wait till you see the video we're going to do tonight and put together for you. So make sure you stop by, say hi in the chat, and if you're watching this later on down the road, go watch the replay. It's sure to be a lot of fun with Josh Johnson. So that being said, come over to the Facebook group as well, the Facebook Reselling Resource Center. The link to that is down below in the description section, as well as to my Instagram account at prime_time_treasure. Keep finding all those treasures yourself, everyone. Take care.